Hey family, so welcome back to Boricua Science Nation. Okay, we're gonna start saluting Mexico from Puerto Rico, all of those Boricuas from the island, the United States, and the whole world. Salute to you, Boricuas. We love you all from here, from Puerto Rico. Um, you know, we're always praying for you. We're always giving you the best of luck in your lives and the strength to keep on working and doing great. Okay, family. So you got a person here that is gonna fight for you for your rights and you just gotta be I'm not asking you to do nothing that you don't want to do, but let's just be good Puerto Ricans. That's okay. Good Americans as well. Okay, let's support Israel. Okay, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just asking you that it is a really good thing to do. I want to salute my Hispanic people as well, including the Mexicans. We cannot go without saluting our Mexican brothers. Okay, Mexican brothers. Um, my people from Chicago were always born in the United States as a whole, the greatest nation in the whole world, family. The last video I made in English was about Ron DeSantis and how he could be a better president than Donald Trump. Donald Trump was a great president. I'm not gonna say he was a bad president. He was not. There are things with Donald Trump that I don't trust. I don't trust him. I just don't. The guy is a guy who comes from the entertainment industry. He is a billionaire who the guy he has some baggage. Okay? He has some baggage. The guy is a guy who is always attacking his fellow Republicans. We know that we have many Republicans that are not good. I know that. Nobody has to tell me that all Republicans are good because I know that there are many, many Republicans, and I'm not going to be calling anybody rhinos or anything like that because that is or neocons or anything because I used to like George Bush. For me, he did a good job as president. Ronald Reagan was one of the best, if not the best. Abraham Lincoln, he was the first Republican president. So he was. I mean, he was the grandfather, and who became the main Republican Party, and was the man who just did a great job. He freed slaves. He did many things, but at the same time, I think that there were many things that in those days there were lies. There are many lies. I think that the South, many people try to make them as the really, really bad guys. The people who had slaves, and but in the north, they had slaves as well. Many of these people had slaves, in the north, and it's not like the confederation. And you know that you cannot have any symbols of the confederation flag. That is a flag. That is a United States symbol. Even though it was a thing from the South, it's still a United States symbol. And if you're going to be calling slaves owners and slave makers, we can call even the Africans. The Africans were the ones who had slaves. They enslaved themselves to sell slaves to the white people, to Europe. So if we're gonna get rid of all the flags, we should get rid of the French flag. We should get rid of the British flag. We should get rid of all of those of flags of Europe, because all of them have slaves. The Spanish flag, all of these people have slaves. How do you think the Spanish got the gold that they got from Puerto Rico? They brought slaves. That is why we have three bloods. Three bloods. Our main bloods are the Taino bloods, the slave black, the African black slave bloods, and the Spanish blood. Who brought those slaves to Puerto Rico? It was the Spanish people. So if you want to get rid of the flag of the Confederation flag from the South, you should get rid of the Spanish flag, the British flag. All of these people, all of these countries have slaves. They have slaves, all of them. So any of them are free of sin. Any of them. You know, if you're gonna get rid of flags, we should get rid of all of those flags as well, and even the African flag. Many of them, or maybe all of them. Okay. You know, we know that in the south of Africa, South Africa, that was a country that it was controlled by the British. South Africa. How do you think that the British treated those people? How do you think the British treated not only the black Africans, but all the countries that they controlled? That was the biggest empire in the world, the British Empire. They control almost all the world. Look it up. Look it up. Let's go over there so I can show it to you, family. Because you know sometimes we need to educate ourselves, because people talk so much crap. Okay, family. So here we are. Let's take a look at this right here, where you can see that this little country right here, the Great Britain, it is all the countries together. This was first the English, and they unite with the Scotlands, and they got together with the Irelands. Ireland it's not a country that is completely united with this kingdom. So I really don't know why they put it together. But let's just take a look at how these people control almost all the world. They had Canada. They had this piece right here. I don't know if this is Venezuela or I don't know which country this is. They have some countries, some African countries, Nigeria, from Egypt all the way down to South Africa, Somalia right here, Ethiopia, I think it's around here as well, India, Pakistan, parts of China, we can see right here, Australia. Do you really think all of these countries were not slaves of the British people, of the British Empire? These people were slaves of these people. Okay, take a look at this. Even parts of Saudi Arabia and parts of the Middle East, even Israel was there. Well, what is Iraq today was part of the empire as well, the British Empire. Take a look at all of these islands here. It's like the Philippines, some parts of this right here. I don't remember the name of this country, but these people control a lot of parts in the world. I mean, it was the biggest empire in the world. If you look at Canada, that is the second biggest country in the world, Canada, after Russia. This all of this over here. These people control, they had control of almost all the world. Almost all the world, family. Okay, so if you can see right here, Australia, because let me just move my. To this side over here so you can see. Okay, there it is. There's Australia. There you go. Australia's right here. India and other countries. Egypt, all the way down to South Africa, Nigeria. This Iraq right here, or parts of Iraq. All this part of what is Jordan today, Israel, all of that was part of the British Empire in Canada. Okay, so I want to show you something else now. Okay, family, if we go here, now you can see that the U.S. military bases around the world, the U.S. controls about 850 bases in more than 90 countries worldwide. Okay, so all this that you see in blue or violet is all the places where the United States has military presence. Okay, all of this around. It's not that they control those countries, but they have those bases there. I mean, we can say that the United States is the only superpower in the world. That doesn't mean, and the United States is still, even though they are a superpower, the United States is a superpower in decline right now. If you see this, they got 2 bases in Peru, 46 troops. 1 base in Cuba, 731 troops. In Canada, they have 3 bases, 127 troops. In the UK, they have 25 bases, 9,000, okay, or 9,274, 9,274. In Germany, take a look at this, 119 bases. This is a country that was the responsible for the two major wars in the world, the two war worlds. Okay, they have 33,000, almost 34,000 troops there. Okay, they have 44 bases in Italy, 12,000 troops. 4 bases in Spain, 3,000 troops. In Turkey, they have 13 bases, 1,685 troops. In Kuwait, they have 10 bases, 2,169 troops. Saudi Arabia, 10 bases, 381 troops. Australia, 7 bases, 1,085 troops. Japan, take a look at this. Take a look at if they have a lot of bases in Germany. Take a look at Japan. 120 bases, 53,000, almost 54,000 troops in Japan. That was the other country who was responsible for the Second World War. Okay? South Korea, 73 bases, 26,414 troops. Australia, 7 bases, 1,085 troops. If we count all of those bases, I think there are more than 500 bases around the world. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe like 400, let's say, because they have 100, 200, let's say 300 with this two right here. Let's say 400. Let's say 400. Okay? Like 400 bases around the world. Let's take a look at the troops around the world. They have more than 100,000 troops. But they don't control these countries. I mean, I'm not saying that doesn't help. Okay? It helps. It helps a lot. It helps a lot because any war that the United States has with any country close to these regions right here. If we take a look at this between South Korea and Japan, it's like 80,000 troops. In Europe, it's like, let's say right here, they got 33, 43, 50, 55, 58. Europe, they got a lot of troops in Europe as well. So they got a grip on many of these countries because of the troops they have. But if the United States keeps going the way they're going, it is going to be hard. And they have more bases in other countries because in Iraq they have bases. They have bases in let's say you see this little points right here, this red points right here. Those are bases. We're talking about the places where they have the most troops. Okay? Take a look at all of these points right here. Colombia right here, 2 points. 1 point over here. This is Peru right here. Argentina, Uruguay, Chile. You know, they have a lot of bases around the world. That makes the United States a superpower. Many people can call it an empire, right? Because they control a lot. Take a look at this. Here's a country that is trying to get nuclear weapons. Iran. You don't think with all of this bases around Iran, you don't think that the United States has the capabilities of getting rid of all of those nuclear facilities that these people have? They do, man. They do. They just don't want to do it because of the administration that we have right now. Maybe another administration. Let's say an administration of we had Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not a man who's gonna start a war. He knows that if he does something like this, a war can start. But just imagine if these people get a nuclear weapon. It could be even worse. Because those people are a country, some people they have their ideas, ideologies. You know, their religion is a religion of just killing yourself because you're gonna go to heaven and you're gonna have 7 virgins. You're gonna have it all. That is a lie. That is a lie, but they think that is the case. They think that is the case. That is a lie. The United States is still a great empire. We can call the United States an empire because all of those grab. They have this grab of this countries that it is hard for those countries to say we're going to go to war against the United States because the United States doesn't have to get close to anybody because they're already close. These countries need to get close to the United States. Hey family, so I think this is the end of this video. I'm gonna come back with a video talking about. I'm gonna make a live stream. I think right after this video, talking about boxing. I want to talk about some things that I saw right now. I want to make some comparisons, like always. So right now, I'm gonna end this video, and we're gonna start with the live stream, and we're going to be talking about some things that I saw right now, and some comparisons that I want to make. Okay, family. So thanks a lot, man. I love you in the name of Jesus Christ as always. So I can end this video. God bless Israel. God bless the United States of America. God bless this beautiful island. God bless you, my family. I will see you in a couple of minutes. Okay.